What is up, everybody? It's Astro Midnight here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about Fallout 4. I recently got done finishing the campaign, or just the main storyline, and I have to say, as someone who's not a big fan of the series until about last year during Fallout 3, this has been the most enjoyable gaming experience I've had since Assassin's Creed 2. Now, you can't really compare like Bethesda and Ubisoft, because this is what Bethesda does. This is what they're good at, and they make incredible games doing this. Ubisoft, you know, they had the ball for a second, and I want to say after Revelations, it just went after that. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is more about just, you know, my overall thoughts on Fallout 4. Something I like about Bethesda, as I played Fallout 3 for the first time, you know, last year, was the amount of time they put into character development and story development. I mean, I'd heard about it, of course people talk about it, you know, and that's one of the main attractors to these kind of games. One thing I do have to say, the only complaint I have about the entire game, and it's not bugginess, you'd be surprised, is that the underlying story of Fallout 4 is like, just like a, what do you call it? It's like an inverse of what happens in Fallout 3. You know, this time, instead of the son finding the father, it's the father finding the son. But the thing is, that's not what makes the game. It's the characters and the experiences that you have in these games. I mean, I compare notes with my friends as to my experience in Fallout 4 and theirs. And, I mean, judging by the choices that we've made independently, and, you know, the people we've sided with, chosen to bring with us, etc., etc., you know, it makes the game so much different. And, God, I love it. I really love that. Now, through the entirety of the game, I've really been going around with Nick Valentine, mainly. I love Dogmeat, don't get me wrong, but to me, in a fight, just holding your enemy and biting him here and there is not enough to know. I mean, granted, I could have picked anybody, but the reason I picked Nick was because his story is just so damn interesting. I'm not going to go too much into that because I don't want to give away to anybody, but the one thing that I will kind of spoil a little bit is that when I found out that guy was a synth, I was kind of to take a step back for a second. I was like, whoa, can I really trust this guy? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. It became a little bit of a problem for me, just, you know, playing the game wise, because I kept thinking, you know, what if he turns on me at some point, you know, just because the game demands it, or what have you. Because, you know, everybody from Diamond City to where you meet the guy, all the way to the Commonwealth, just all over the place, they really have you hating the Institute and all the synths. I mean, of course, there's some that shoot at you, but then there's this guy. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, how are you supposed to feel about that kind of thing? I got a short little horror story for you, actually. When you're tracking Kellogg, and you come across that Yagwai that the game demands you to fight, you know, they just make you do it. Okay, I had to do this part over and over again. It was the worst thing in the world, because I kept dying for different reasons. In one instance, when the Yagwai came out of the bush, I kind of like, you know, took a few steps back to get a clear shot, and this motherfucker in a Chef Boyardee hat came out and just blew my head clean off without me even knowing he was there. I didn't even know he was there. Like, because I was so focused on the Yagwai, he comes up behind me, blows my head off with a shotgun. I'm like, what? You know, he just kind of looked at me, and my friend, when I told him what happened, he was like, yeah, Chef Boyardee, bitch. Literally, that's what happened to me. It was the worst thing in the world. So I respawned, some other guy came and shot me for no reason. I finally killed the stupid thing third time around, and this girl comes up to me and she goes, hey, you want to make some extra caps? So I looked at her, I thought about it. I'm in the middle of a quest, I don't want to do another quest. I just shot this bitch in the face, and I took her caps and her stuff. She actually got me a pretty good gun, which I still use today. But even through all the stuff, all the missions I went through with Nick, whether it was the stories that, or the missions that demanded he be there, or the ones that, you know, I just took along with him afterward, he really proved that he has humanity's best interest at heart. And even though he couldn't call himself a human. Now, I'm not going to get, like I said, I'm not going to get too far into his backstory or anything about him, because I don't want to give that stuff away. But if you have not been running the Wasteland with Nick, do it. Do it. You know, build a relationship with the guy and see what the kind of stuff he tells you. It's pretty amazing. Now, see, the thing is, as someone, I don't really play these games. So as someone who doesn't really play RPGs or things where you have to make difficult choices, damn, these choices were fucking, oh my god. Like, I actually had to sit back and think about it. You know, like, did I really want to do this? But, it was just really hard to digest when, you know, people tell you to just do certain things. Like, holy hell, you know? But, regardless of that, I still remained loyal to the Brotherhood of Steel and Elder Maxon. I really just didn't want to give that up because Power Armor. I'm not going to lie to you, that is the main reason I stay with the Brotherhood of Steel and join them in the first place, because Power Armor. I mean, honestly. Among other things, being that they, as well as Nick Valentine, much like Valentine, they had humanity's best interests at heart. Now, like I said, all I'm going to say right there is I went with the Brotherhood ending. If you know what that is, I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to go into that kind of stuff. For me, it's very satisfying, and that's exactly what I would have done. Had this been a real life scenario, I would have wanted exactly what happened to happen. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they threw a lot of obstacles at me, you know, trying to dissuade me from even choosing the Brotherhood side. But, you know, just the game is just so immersive. It's just insane. I mean, you know, you catch me using VATS a lot. You know, you catch me doing stuff like that just because, like, I definitely don't have a lot of the perks all the way up and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, man, just the shooting mechanic, the way they changed it this game, as opposed to Fallout 3, it makes it so much better. It makes the game so much smoother. It's just so much more enjoyable, so much more fluid. And I honestly can't get enough of this. And like I said, this is the first game I've actually played all the way, like, with the full intent of finishing as many missions as I can until I can no longer play this game. I mean, I have gone very, very deep into this game. I've spent, I mean, this is probably nothing to you hardcore fans out there, but I've been going at this, the recorded time I have is about 2 days. Now, to you guys, like I said, the, you know, guys who love this game, like, I mean, who are just totally about this and Skyrim and stuff like that, you know, to you that's like, oh, that's, you know, that's nothing. To me, dude, I can barely play, like, Call of Duty campaign for, like, more than fucking an hour before I just get burned out on it. There's some things I just, you know, I get bored with the repetition, I guess is not the right word. It's more of, I get bored with the fetch questing, you know? But the thing is, they tell you, oh yeah, just go get this one thing. You already know. You already know. Just because they're going to tell you, go get that little thing over there in that cabinet halfway across the Commonwealth, it is not that simple. It never has been, and it never will be. And that's what I like about it. Even though I know things are going to happen. You know, I try to fast travel as little as possible, unless it's like uber far away. But even then, I just fast travel to something that's not necessarily right next to my destination, but relatively close. You know, like Midway, I guess, and I go through, you know, just traveling around and finding little base camps and stuff like that. And man, the amount of just, holy hell. Like, you just encounter things every few seconds, every few minutes, you know. You get done doing one thing, and there you go. You know, all of a sudden, there's something else going on. Things blowing up, vertebrates, you know, crashing into the ground. I hear talk of another alien spaceship. I know there was one in Fallout 3. You get the alien blaster and stuff. Like I said, I don't really look up games until usually after I'm done with them. Usually if there's a lot of side questing to do afterward, like this game, I usually go and look up what else is there to do in this game. And I hear that a lot. A lot of people keep telling me about this alien blaster that's out there, an alien spaceship. I know it was Mothership something was the DLC for Fallout 3, but you know, I don't know about this one. Somebody told me, oh, it randomly crashes and you'll just see it. And the thing is, you know, what if it happened and I didn't see it? Hey, look, you know anything about a mothership or some kind of an alien ship in this game that randomly crashes or what have you? Let me know what's up, dude. Like, I really want to try to figure that stuff out. I mean, like I said, I would rather find things out through word of mouth, much like a true wanderer would do. You know, if that makes sense? You hear something while you're in town. I want to do it like that. I don't really want to look stuff up. partially out of laziness, but partially because I think it just makes for a better experience. Because, you know, I mean, to me, half the getting there is the journey, and the getting there is the 100% completion, which I will never, ever, 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 ever do. Because, no, I can't devote my life to a game like that. I just can't do it. To anything. I don't care. Like Assassin's Creed, dude. I think I only 100%ed Assassin's Creed 2, and that was because it was the summer, and I literally had no friends or anything else to do. So I did 100% that game. But games nowadays I mean, it is Christmas break now, but with college and friends, and right, friends is the thing. Friends, family, you know, work. I just can't. I don't have time for that. But I mean, if you guys know anything interesting, hit me up with that information. Hit me up with something that you know that's out there. At this point, I don't really have any spoilers. You know, like I don't really care about spoilers. I'm the kind of person that if you give me a spoiler of a book, I'll rip it in half and throw it out of the classroom. It's a funny story about something I did in high school. It's just awful. We were reading The Alchemist, and a friend of mine spoiled it. And you know, it's a short book. If you ever read The Alchemist, very short book. He goes ahead and he spoils the end for me, and I kind of just calmly grab my stuff, put it on my back. The teacher's looking at me, everybody's looking at me, and I just ripped the book in half very calmly, hurled it out of the classroom, and just left. Like, I mean, spoilers for me are a big, big deal. I hate it. I can't stand it. But, like I said, so for Fallout 4, there's really no spoilers. Nothing that can really ruin this for me anymore. I mean, I've already had my ending. I've already seen all that stuff. Some people say, hey, play through it again and go try the other endings. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Some people, they say, well, if you just freshly finished the game, like not that long ago, you can go ahead and go back to the save right before you actually did what you were going to do. That, you know, made you enemies of, you know, everyone else. And try to go the other way. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could probably try that someday, but it makes life a lot easier to just go ahead and try to find the save rather than just doing the whole thing over again. I mean, like I said, I love the game and I love the experiences, man, but there was times I was actually truly afraid of what was in front of me. Death Claws in the Glowing Sea, good lord. Death Claws in general. Death Claws? Like, no. Fun fact, Death Claws are actually chameleons. I didn't know this. They're not alligators, they're not some mutant fucking alien thing. They're chameleons. They were genetically tested, genetically altered chameleons bred for war that then got mutated by the nuclear explosions and became these god-awful Satan creatures. I don't know exactly how that works, but I mean, hey, I never would have thought of that. I mean, I just, like, as I talk and I look at just like the screen and stuff, I just imagine, I remember all the things going through my head. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and end this ramble here. It's been good talking to you guys. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to see more of it, go ahead and like, subscribe, and like I said, give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know what kind of endings y'all got. Let me know if there's anything out in the wasteland that I haven't encountered yet or spoke of right now. And let me know if you want to see more of this stuff. I will be recording some Fallout gameplay, Black Ops gameplay, and all this stuff, and I'm getting a new mic. I'm getting an AT2020 mic actually in the mail by the time this video is uploaded today. So when this video is uploaded, it's actually going to be coming in the mail tomorrow. Coming in the mail, at about 8 p.m. today. So just let me know what's up, guys. Alright, later.